Hello everyone, welcome to the series of Indianomics. Today we are going to discuss about Finance Commission. Now before discussing Finance Commission, let me tell you a few lines, the reason behind the Finance Commission. See, Indian political system is a federal in nature, and it is a federal in nature of its own kind. Now here, the vertical powers of governance are very delicately divided between the three tiers of the government. And when I talk about the responsibilities in Indian political system, the state governments have huge amount of responsibilities. The major expenditure in the sectors like education, health, law and order, police, these expenditures come basically from the state government. But if I talk about the taxation, that means if you have certain kind of responsibility, you need to have the revenues also in order to do expenditure in these areas. But the Indian political system, here we see that most of the powers of collection of revenues is with the center. And that is why we need a federal institutions which is techno-bureaucratic. Techno-bureaucratic means the institution is going to decide the technicalities about the division of power. So whatever center collects the taxes, it is the responsibility of the Finance Commission to divide the taxes between the center and state, because as I said that states have huge amount of responsibility. Now before discussing further, let me talk about the basics of the Finance Commission. Finance Commission is mentioned under Article 280 of the Constitution. This is a very important line, please remember that point also. Now every 5 years the president, here the term is president, don't confuse the same word with parliament. Every 5 years the president constitutes a finance commission. That means finance commission is not a permanent body, it is a temporary body. It is not a permanent body. And the function of the finance commission is to recommend how the union government should share the taxes with the states. Now if I talk about the union government is using the state machinery in the collection of taxes, and union government also collects taxes from the territory of the state. So it becomes the responsibility of the union government to share the taxes. Now please understand here the term, यहाँ पे sharing लिखा है. Why the word sharing is mentioned here? Because states also have logically and legitimately, their importance in the taxes which is being collected. That means what? The money which is allocated to the state through the Finance Commission is also the property of the states. It is not an aid which is given by the center to the state. So that is why here the term share is mentioned. Yes, and the recommendation covers a period of 5 years. The recommendations. Now recommendations are not binding, but conventionally we accept the recommendations. The government usually accepts the recommendations of the Finance Commission, but please understand this fact, the recommendations of Finance Commission are only advisory in nature. If I discuss further, the Commission also lays down the rules by which the center should provide the grants in aid. The logic is that, as I said, that state is having certain responsibility. So say for example, state has to do an expenditure of 100 rupees and state is able to earn only 20 rupees. That means the state needs to be supported by 80 rupees. Now if the Finance Commission is going to divide the money, and if Finance Commission has allocated some money, say for example 50 rupees to the state, still the state is lagging by 30 rupees in order to do the expenditure. So Finance Commission, because what I am saying here is, the Finance Commission divides the money between center and state. Center and state means here, say for example, center collects 100 rupees, then the Finance Commission will say that let us transfer 31 rupees to the state and you need to keep 69 rupees with yourself. So this is the vertical division. And how this 31 rupees is going to be further divided among the states, state 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is also the role of the Finance Commission. But maybe it possible that when you are allocating this 31 rupees, it is not enough for certain states. Say for example S4 needs more money, but the money which is allocated by the general allocation of the Finance Commission may not be enough for the state 4. So in that situation, there is also provision of grants in aid to the states out of the Consolidated Fund of India. It is also decided by the Finance Commission of India. It is also required to suggest the measures to augment the resources of the state, how to increase the resources of the state, yes, and how to supplement the resources of municipalities and panchayats. Now please understand this thing, they were created by 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, and when I see the role of the panchayat, they are highly dependent on the states for revenues and functions. So unless the states are having enough money, there is a possibility that states may not give enough revenues to the panchayats and municipalities to perform their governance roles. So it is also the responsibility of the Finance Commission to ensure that panchayats and municipalities are going to get enough amount of money, because Finance Commission is a federal institution. Finance Commission is a federal institution. So that is why Finance Commission role is to strengthen the revenues of all tiers of the government. You need to remember this point. Now, the next point which I am going to discuss is why the Constitution provided for sharing of tax proceeds, as I already discussed in the introduction. As I said that Indian Constitution is having a federal structure and most of the taxation powers are with the center, but bulk of the spending is done by the states, like spending in health, education, law and order, police. Okay, so that is why you need a transfer of resources from the center. Yes, so whatever taxes like income tax, that is a direct tax, or whatever taxes like indirect taxes like excise duty and customs duty, you collect. Whatever money you collect by the taxes, it becomes a responsibility of the center to allocate that money. But how to allocate that money? It is the responsibility of the Finance Commission. Now in the countries like Canada and Australia, which also have federal governments, have similar tax sharing system. That means this tax sharing system is not only individual to our country. There are other countries also which are having a federal structure, and they also talk about the sharing of taxes. So if India is sharing taxes with the state, that does not mean that it is only limited to India. Other countries are also doing the same thing. But there is a concept, there is one more concept, please understand. This is the news of the Indian Express. Now the reason for discussing this news is, see, please understand this fact that there is some general provisions of the roles which has to be performed by the Finance Commission. But many a times, center also tells the Finance Commission what to do and what not to do. These are called as terms of reference. Terms of reference means what? The Finance Commission is going to look for which areas. The areas will be decided by the President, but President acts in the aid and advice of Council of Ministers. So indirectly, the government also tells the Finance Commission, apart from all those responsibilities which are mentioned in the Constitution, the terms of reference through the President, that what new responsibilities you will have to do in this particular 5-year period. Yes, so this can also be one question. Can the Commission examine other fiscal issues which are not mentioned in Constitution? Of course, because the terms of reference are decided by the President, and President acts according to the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. So yes, the terms of reference can also have other federal issues. Like for example, the center has asked the 15th Finance Commission to examine whether a separate mechanism for the funding of defense and internal security should be set up. Now, defense and internal security is the responsibility of the center. We have seen this fact, and center, that's why requires money for for doing this responsibility. But during these years we have seen that around 10% of the GDP of the country is being allocated for defense and internal security. That's a huge amount of money. And if this money is being spent by the center only, but we all know that it is also beneficial for the states, because defense and internal security is going to benefit all the states. But we usually put this defense and internal security expenditure only on the center. So this time the center has asked the Finance Commission that whether there is a possibility of a separate mechanism under the Finance Commission, yes, to provide money for the expenditure in defense and internal security. That means if you want to allocate money to the states, there is no problem, but please separate some X amount of money for defense and internal security. So this is the recommendation of the, this is the terms of reference which is decided by the center. Okay. So the government can ask the commission to make suggestion on a specific fiscal issue that it may want to address. Okay. So there are some other terms of reference also which can be decided. Now there is also provision of the State Finance Commission which came into existence through 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Now this State Finance Commission is going to, assess the conditions of municipalities and panchayats. So the conditions of municipality and panchayat, the financial condition of municipality and panchayat will be assessed by the State Finance Commission, and in accordance with that, the State Finance Commission will give recommendations to the state as well as, Central Finance Commission. Central Finance Commission also takes the opinion of the State Finance Commissions. So State Finance Commission, after ascertaining the condition of the municipalities and panchayats, will give recommendation to the state that how the state should allocate money to municipalities and panchayats, but their autonomy and their performance is not, anywhere in comparison to the Central Finance Commission. And this has also been a point of debate in the newspapers many times. Okay, so the role of the Finance Commission, the State Finance Commission, is to ascertain the condition of the finances of the municipalities and panchayat, which was ensured by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act and further strengthened by 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. Now, recently we have seen the interim report of the 15th Finance Commission. So there can be a question also that how 14th and 15th Finance Commission are differing in their, in their criteria for allocating money to the states. Okay, so let me tell you this thing. This is talking about the state share in the divisible pool. That means what? If center is getting 100 rupees, 29.5 rupees was allocated by 11th Finance Commission to the state governments. Now this trend has been increasing. In 12th Finance Commission, 30.5% of the total revenues of the center were, shared with the states. It again increased to 32% in, in 13th Finance Commission. It increased to 42% in 14th Finance Commission, but in 15th Finance Commission, we have seen a decrease by 1%. We have seen a decrease by 1%. So this can also be a question. There had always been an increasing trend from the last 25 years because this recommendation is valid for 5 years. So we have seen that how from the last 5 finance commissions the trend was increasing, but this finance commission had reduced the percentage share which has to be given to the state. So you need to remember this fact also. You need to know about this trend. 41% of the revenues is being allocated to the states now. Now if you talk about the formula which is being decided by the Finance Commission also decides the criteria of allocation. That means on the basis of which criteria Finance Commission is going to allocate the money. Now please see these criteria. If we talk about the 14th Finance Commission, 50% criteria, 50% of the allocation was based on, income distance. What is income distance? For example, a state per capita income, per PCI means per capita income. This is the per capita income of a state X. So I am denoting is by X. Now let us calculate the combined per capita income of all the states, and let us say this is Y. Combined per capita income of all the states, and this is the per capita income of a state. So if the combined per capita income of the state, this line represents the combined per capita income of the states, and if the state X is having, the highest gap, say for example its per capita income is at this level. If this state is having the highest gap, then this state will get the highest allocation because it represents the weakness in collection of the resources. So the more the income distance, the more the difference between the combined gross state GDP or per capita income, the more will be the allocation. This is called income distance. Forest and ecology, it was allocated, 7.5% of the money was allocated on the basis of how much afforestation and the forest conservation is being done by the state government. Demographic performance, you can see demographic performance was not there in the 14th Finance Commission, but in 15th Finance Commission, 12.5% of the fund is given on the basis of demographic performance. Demographic performance means here, the control in the population, how the states are successful, how much they are successful in controlling the population of the states. Okay, so 12.5. Now this criteria was not there in the 14th Finance Commission, so it is an important point that you need to remember. Again, you can see that population was given 27.5% weightage in 14th Finance Commission, but it is given only 15% weightage. And you can see that area of the state, 15 and 15, it remains the same. That means area allocation remained the same. Yes. So you can see that there is some drastic change between the criteria of 15th and 14th Finance Commission. Now Finance Commission is autonomous in deciding the criteria. You need to remember this point. Finance Commission don't need to take permission from any president or the prime minister or the parliament to decide the criteria of the states. Okay. So what is new? We can see that demographic performance is new. You can also see that the tax effort is also new. This one is a tax effort. What is tax effort? How much tax collection. Tax collection as a percentage of GDP. This is called as tax effort. So tax collected, say for example, the state government has collected 100 rupees, and if the GDP of the state is, say for example, 1000, that means tax effort is 10%. So better is the tax effort, more will be the allocation. So 2.5% of the weightage in 15th Finance Commission is given to the tax effort, which was not given any weightage in 14th Finance Commission. So this is the drastic change in the criteria which is being decided by the 15th Finance Commission in comparison to 14th Finance Commission. So on the basis of today's discussion, I hope you might be able to solve this problem. So based on the today's discussion, which of the following statements are correct? First, Finance Commission is a constitutional body under Article 360 of the Constitution. Second, the role of the Finance Commission is limited to the provisions clearly stated in Constitution. Third, the amount of devolution of fund through the Finance Commission is increasing every 5 years. And fourth, the recommendation of the Finance Commission is binding on the government. The last statement is the Finance Commission submits its recommendation to the Parliament. So you need to give your answer in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll meet again. Take care. Good night.